Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the London Monarchs and the Oklahoma City Lancers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Monarchs and the Oklahoma City Lancers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Oklahoma City team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they get a stern road test as they come into this one after losing in London a week ago.
Yeah, the schedule makers gave them a pretty tough stretch here. I think we'll know early on whether these guys are ready to play.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll start out on the ground with Booker, and room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Green.
They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go! Green!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed!
They'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back to throw again. And my goodness, this is incomplete. A 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All right, here we go. Blue landed! Blue landed!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Kelly. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. With your 6th-round pick, not many expect them to jump right in and contribute, but he's done a pretty nice job.
As a 6th-round pick, you'll come in and just work harder. That's part of what goes into it because you want to prove you should have been picked higher. But we've seen 6th-round picks come in and play very well in this league. He will have the same opportunity.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's OKC football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Green, 39. Green.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now the try here for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give them a gain of 38. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll drop to throw. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Back to throw here. And that is going to be incomplete. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Booker on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Haynes. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Kelly. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now they go with a slant that time, 15 yards at a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A good pickup there, a 22.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball is not straight.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. least get them inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Holloway. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them. That feels a whole lot better running off the field.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here, losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And on now is the punter, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39.
On the handoff, this is Booker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up in the Twin Cities. Arizona in town to take on Minnesota. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you.
And got his man complete. And touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now the extra point. Extra point up and through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Let's go! Green, 39! Green!
And on the ground they go with a running back. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
All right, here we go.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Set, 3-19.
Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point forthcoming. The point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
And a loose football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And now back out comes the offense. We've seen them do much better here after a struggling first half.
And what I like about what I've seen is that they're executing at a much higher rate now. And I don't know how much of that is changing plays or changing philosophies as much as, okay, guys, let's just get it together and tune things up to a really nice degree.
Yeah, sometimes it can just be a leader in the huddle saying, let's get this together, right?
And so many times you've worked all week on certain things that if you're just going to throw it off.
And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that.
I'm so confused. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now they try the right side here. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They really struggled in the first half, but they've made some adjustments looking better in the second half. But sometimes do we overanalyze? Is it always adjustments, or sometimes is it guys just sticking better to the game plan?
I think the latter, and I love how you brought that up, because we always want to credit, oh, they adjusted here and they made this change there. Sometimes it's just executing what they worked on in practice all week much better. In this case, I think it's a combination. They found a different part of their playbook, and it's working really well for them.
Working extremely well at this point. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That goes for a gain of 31. So they went gutsy. Instead of getting some space with a conservative run, they throw the football at a big third down conversion.
Yeah, that's just what I said, wasn't it? Didn't I say they were going to throw the ball?
Revisionist history.
Ah, that's right. But I took a shot.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after here coming up. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 3-19!
Now a handoff looking right. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to Oklahoma City. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Kelly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And that is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
They'll set up to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Over the middle, complete. That's Holloway. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Now let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Green 39. Hot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that.
They're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 39 on third. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. He'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Southern
otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Watching the International Football League Season 2.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for our visitors, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.